Got to get the soda, bread, and liquor.
Kablooey! All right, here we go.
The cocktail show.
Get ready to have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
This is exciting, isn't it?
Ooh, I like that.
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
Ooh.
I've allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Cocktail show.
Gary.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary. But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He is Gary Meier.
3, 2, 1, 0.
It's time for a wee bit of fun on the Garry Meier Show Cocktail Hour live.
Cocktails. Woo, drinks.
And, of course, no matter where you are under the rainbow, it's time for a digital mimosa. It's 10 p.m. in Ireland, and we're streaming at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, on St. Paddy's Day, March the 17th, 2023.
This week, I was really busy at a media event checking out Walt Disney World's brand new roller coaster, Tron Light Cycle Run at Magic Kingdom. Even Bruce Boxleitner, who played Tron in the movies, got to ride. The attraction officially opens April 4th, though starting March 20th, the public will have more opportunities to ride. And if you're in the Walt Disney World neighborhood and want to continue celebrating St. Patrick's Day all weekend, check out the Mighty Festival at Raglan Road at Disney Springs. I was there just yesterday for a media preview. Check out Mouse Planet on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to see what I've reported on so far, and visit mouseplanet.com for weekly news about Disneyland and Walt Disney World, and a whole lot more.
The best way to watch this show is the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
YouTube. Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.
Please like and share the show on all the social media channels.
Comments during the live show, wherever we are streaming, can be seen in our virtual studio.
And we may show them on the screen
and or talk about them.
Now, fasten your seatbelts. It's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Live. Come on. Leslie, I'm putting the good karma out there.
Can't we all just get along?
Here we go. Boom. Shakalaka. Hey, everybody. I'm your host, Gary Miller, and I identify as male unless I'm twerking, and then I'm fluid. I'm fluid all over the dance floor. Welcome to the March 17th edition of the GarrForce Live. Got a good one for you tonight. The debut of the band Oh Yes on this program. We hope to make them the house band of the GarrForce, and they will be doing Did I already stumble? Get ready to stumble. That's what my t-shirt says. They will be doing an original song because we don't want to get this show yanked by having them do somebody else's music, and then we post it, and then there's a copyright issue and blah, blah, blah. Before we do anything, I have to kick the tires, light the fires. Let's go. Get them lit. There they go. And Leslie has to do her little thing to make it official. Leslie, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. I picked a freak show today because that seemed like it would be apropos. And, you know, on Friday, every Friday is a freak show here, but being St. Patrick's Day, pretty special. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh,
I can feel that buoyancy.
Here.
Okay,
ready, kids?
Watch this. She's going to gently. That popped.
It did that one. So wait.
Hey, have you had the freak show drink before?
I think I have.
Yeah,
because I think I made a light out of it for my deck when I got the lights. But
okay.
But wait, we're gonna do some magic here today. Oh,
it's green.
It's green. Makers of freak show are like, our wine's not green. No.
Well, how did you do that?
Magic.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
It reminds me of when I would go to the barber. There'd be combs in that right now, just getting ready to be used.
Really?
All right.
It should taste like creme de menthe, but no, it's a Chardonnay.
All right, we're ready to go, and I want to say hello to some people. Keely-Ann always kicks it off with her comment, and that would be this. Date Robert. His Lucky Charms will never get anywhere close to my schnauzer. Guys like him are the reason I play for the other team. Oh, okay. We're getting to know Keely-Ann more. Okay, this was the guy that was on last week. He put up a billboard in Janesville, Wisconsin, looking for a woman. And I think it was Greg in the comments section said, well, your guest tonight can't be any worse than last week. And that was a unique,
fascinating interview.
I know the guy is out there, but that's the fun of having people on that are out there. I like that kind of thing.
I think my favorite part was when he admitted
there's so many.
Garry asked, how much does it cost to put up a billboard? And Robert said, what, $1,200? But it's okay. He used his mom's credit card.
Yeah, he's a catch.
Oh, Lordy girls. He's still out there, I betcha.
All right. And Sandy Lee has checked in with the comment. And we're going to put these up on the screen. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Checking in from McHenry, Illinois. Today we're 98.3 WRLR. The whirler, as I call it, is coming in strong. That's where Chuck works. He's a regular listener, and he checks in every week from WRLR. And I got Dale checking in here. Sandy. Dale. Wheatfield, Indiana. I think, okay, how are your brackets? Are they okay? Everybody's bracketing. It's crazy time with this college football, and I've paid half attention to it, and I think Indiana lost already, and that was a big upset.
I heard some stat, you're hearing stats like popcorn these days, but that 99% of the brackets out there are already ruined because of like 2 or 3 games. So have fun out there with all that money that you're spending.
There it is. And Tracy from Racine, Wisconsin, she's a loyal listener, and we love Tracy. And Tracy said, boy, she might want to be a detective, because last week I had to kind of fake my drink because I had a few more drinks in the week than I'm trying to balance. And she goes, I noticed that that wasn't a Manhattan. I disguised a Coca-Cola. I pretended it was a Manhattan because I needed to kind of dry out. I don't have a problem. I've quit a million times.
Well, the fact that you recognize that.
But I thought, how would she see that? I have it up for a second, and how would she see that? But good eye. But this is really a Manhattan, because that's enough of that trying to dry out nonsense.
And we should thank Tracy, because she's the reason we give away ball liquors every week. So thank you for that.
Yeah. That is one of the prizes. That goes with the wine condom. And then I guess in keeping with the Oh Yes debut, you will give away Oh Yes swag.
I will. I've got depending on who wins, you can request either a girl's tank, which I think is really fashionable, or the more generic white tee, but with the fabulous Oh Yes logos front and back.
All right.
And so one or the other, you get to pick.
We'll give you the phrase that pays. Now, going back to the opening with Alan, that female voice, I don't know who that is. Do you know who it is? Well, Alan knows. Leslie, do you know?
No.
I hope he knows.
I thought it was me at first, and I went, wait, that's not me. I didn't record that.
Who is it, Alan?
We may introduce her eventually. She's a friend of mine who does voices, and was happy enough to do some for me as I was prepping for, I'm going to be off the show for a few weeks and want to make sure that we have openings aplenty.
Okay. And she sounded very good, so thank her. And do you want to
Nobody asked me to do voiceovers. Oh, come on.
Angry Mama. She's available. Alan, do you want to give a review for the roller coaster you rode?
Well, sure. I rode the Neutron Light Cycle Run roller coaster, which is a copy of one that Disney opened in Shanghai when that park opened in 2016. And it's a fun ride. It has some limitations. People of size, especially if you have larger legs, which apparently I do, cannot ride in those seats that you've probably seen pictures of. You may have seen some in the opening as they whizzed by. It looks a lot like a cycle, and they lock your legs in place with a bar that comes up between like your calf and your knee. And I couldn't fit in that, but they had a great seat in the back. And if you were watching real carefully, a friend of mine shot video of me going by, and I'm in the opening just before Tron. It's a fun ride. It's a short ride. It's about a minute. and it happens to be the fastest roller coaster Disney's built yet. They didn't give an official speed. Marcus Leshock from Channel 9, a previous guest of ours on the show, he had estimated it around 60, 59, 60. It was a lot of fun, and he was saying he had watched all the YouTube videos that people had posted on previews and whatnot beforehand, and he found it far more exciting in person than he had on any of the videos he had seen.
Oh, okay. And
now, by big legs, Alan, we should let everybody know that Alan is 6'9".
No.
He really has this kind of normal body, and then these
giant legs.
I'm not going to hold my leg on the camera, but I can tell you that talking to some of the cast members at the place where you can test a seat before you even get up to the load area, that it's the kind of ride that particularly guys whose legs, are either muscular or overweight or just somebody who does a lot of walking, which is one thing I do, you're going to have a thickness to it. Yeah. And it's I might have fit if I let them really push on it and lock it, but for a roller coaster ride, it's not worth it.
Dangerous.
I'm middle-aged now, and I don't want to get stuck in a lock that is only marginally comfortable when it leaves the station.
No, that sounds pleasant.
I'm locked in and I can't get out.
It was a very fun ride. It was a fun event because Disney also included in this event, they call this event All the Disney Thrills. And as part of All the Disney Thrills, they are reintroducing a fireworks show that they retired called Happily Ever After. And they invited media to watch it when cast members got to preview it. It doesn't actually premiere until April 3rd, but we got a sneak peek of it the other night, and the cast members were cheering, and it was thrilling to see it again because it is a great fireworks show. A lot of us in the press corps were sort of surprised when they got rid of it. We were thrilled that it came back. It's a great show. We also got front of the line access to rides like Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, which you've heard me talk about before, is, as Disney described it, not in these words, but the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, it's the best ride to me that Disney has ever built. I also got to ride the Guardians of the Galaxy coaster again that we've talked about before. Just a thrilling 3 crazy busy days, and then topped off when the folks at Raglan Road invited me to their St. Patrick's Day festival preview last night.
Okay, and Scott says you have elephantitis. He's a man. He's not an animal. And it sounds like you had a good time, even though you have thick legs. You've managed to have a good time.
Yes.
Now, regarding the opening, the googly eyes, which have been on since we started doing this, I'm not as dumb as I look with those. The Academy Award-winning movie last week, I've seen snippets of the movie, and they have googly eyes throughout the movie. So that's a thing in the movie.
Googly eyes and hot dog fingers.
Yeah.
One of the
we can just leave this up while Garry talks. I mean, it's fine.
Well, at about a half hour, you might want to. Okay, let me go to the screen door.
Oh, well, let me be ready on the switch here, Garry.
Where is it? I got it.
No, I'm gonna leave it.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Yeah.
Without any help.
Without any prompting. Okay. All right. We got Roe. This side up. Got it. She's checking in, and she's echoing Marcus Leshock's appearance on the broadcast that he did about the roller coaster. We got Russell. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, Russell. Martin from British Columbia. He's here every week. Hello, Martin. And a lot of people that checked in earlier, I wrote their names down: Kevin and Susan and Thomas and Anthony and Stick Save from Tinley Park, Illinois, home of Bettenhausen Automotive. All have checked in so far. Glad to have you on board. And yeah, got my Schnauzer shot glass. This is one that Alan got for me. I heart Schnauzer. Is there a glare on my Schnauzer?
No, I think it was Ryan, and Ryan's already not.
I get you two mixed. I got so much stuff. I got my spare horseshoe. The one Santa inserted is still good, but I have a backup. And we have the kissing Schnauzers, which we're known for. Keely-Ann. Okay. All right. Okay. How's your day been so far, Leslie?
Really good. Just enjoying a Friday when it's still kind of freaking sub-zero around these parts. But hey, it's all better once you get past St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't this generally the broken back of winter?
Oh, we broke the back when we set the clock ahead.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. But it lingers. The two seasons are going to fight each other for a while, and we'll have to put up with that. But listen, it's daylight, and look what time it is.
Yeah, there.
That's a victory right there. All right, we are going to bring on the band that we've been talking about for a while. Brian, I don't know if I should call you the head of the band. I don't want to offend anybody. You might be somebody that was added in later. So. But you got in touch with me weeks ago, sent me a clip of your band, and I watched it, and then Leslie watched it and said, wow, these people are really good. And then you said, why don't you have us on at some point? And then we figured, well, St. Patrick's Day, good time to debut. Welcome, Brian, and why don't you introduce everybody there?
Well, thanks a lot, Garry. We're glad to be here today on St. Patty's. Just working out the broke. By the way, Garry, before we named the band Oh Yes, we were called Thick Legs. But, that wasn't working great. Okay.
Good one.
So, yeah, the band, we're kind of a democracy, all for one for all. Matt, Doc, and I came from another band and formed this new band. We have a guitar player, Tony, who's not here, drummer, TJ, who's not here, and our wonderful other lead vocalist. So Matt handles most of the leads. Caitlin handles all the other leads for all the female songs, and then Doc and I back it up with keys, bass, and harmonies.
And nice. Caitlin is your daughter.
Yes, she is. Caitlin Kathleen.
Caitlin Kathleen. And the video you sent me had her singing lead on whatever songs those were, and she's fantastic. I'll tell you that right now, but you already know that. And she was nice enough to leave college to come up and do this appearance, which we are very grateful for. Thank you.
Yeah. Terrible, unwelcoming Miami. The weather's just not good down there.
So
she prefers this Midwest in March.
Love the cold.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's gotten real cold today. And that's St. Patrick's Day. I remember walking by the parade because I don't want to get too close because I know that Harrison Ford is in there somewhere and they're going to be cops looking for him if you've seen The Fugitive.
Love it.
I stay away from the parade, but it's been cold most of those days that they have the parade. Very cold.
Very rarely good. I do remember one time having a gig and there was a literal blizzard on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Like, 8-10 inches. So
yeah,
anything goes.
Yeah. So where did the name come from? Oh, yes.
I'm going to let Matt handle that.
Yeah, that's you, buddy.
Yeah. So, oh yes, is a saying we used to say growing up in my house. My dad used to play in a Neil Diamond tribute band, and I would always remember him yelling out, "Oh yes." So I don't know if it was something that Neil Diamond used to do in the jazz singer years or what it was, but it caught on through the house. And whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, our family would constantly say things like, "Oh yes," or "Oh yes," or however it would come about. So when we formed this new band, it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy to say, hey, we got to call this band Oh Yes.
He was always marketing. So after every song, his comment would be, "Oh yes." I don't know if it was a nervous thing or an excitement thing.
It caught on.
Yeah.
It caught on. So
then we all started saying it. We'd be walking around our own houses just saying, "Oh yes" to whatever. And then someone said, "You should name the band that." We're like, that doesn't make sense. And then we're like, you know what? That makes perfect sense.
We had a martini in there with some blue cheese olives and it works.
Yes, it's beautiful. And thank you for the swag that we've been giving away. And for some reason, you have just prompted a thought in my head where comedian Richard Lewis has this joke where he says when he's reaching orgasm, "Oh, yes."
It's parents. It was the parents.
Right.
Was
it? No, well, his
they were
line
behind closed doors.
Right.
And gin.
That's gin.
It's funny. You'll find yourself saying it or seeing it somewhere. Now that you know the catchphrase, you'll run into it. It's hilarious.
You can't unsee it anymore.
And explain the facility you're in. It looks beautiful.
This is live at Matt's barn. This is a barn that is just next to my home.
So we do a lot of. We'll bring different artists in here and then feature them, and we'll back them up. So if you're on YouTube, which you are now, but later when you're not watching the GarrForce, if you go to live at Matt's barn, you'll see us bring in a bunch of singers. We'll do stuff on our own. We do stuff featuring Caitlin. We brought in the guy who took first runner-up in America's Got Talent came in.
Yeah, we'll take local bands that do very well in the area, and we'll do some collaborations with it.
That's how this band came to be. We were doing that because during COVID, we lost every gig, everybody did, right? Every gig was gone. And as musicians, after a while, we started going stir crazy. And then we had this thought, we got this giant barn. We could easily stand 6 feet away from each other. It's open. You can open a door. So we started doing this. We're like, let's bring people in. We'll feature them. Next thing you know, we've got Oh Yes.
That's cool.
And as I mentioned to you before we went on, Hallmark's going to be calling you because every one of their episodes ends with somebody getting married in the barn. And that barn looks perfect for that.
That's my next career, is to somehow be in a Hallmark movie, just as
the
kindly old guy who owns the ornament store and gives some advice to the woman from the city who's looking for love.
We'd love you one day to broadcast live out of here, live at Matt's barn. One day it's going to happen.
We should arrange that. Maybe this summer sometime. That sounds like a perfect thing to do.
Oh, and we have a fully stocked bar, so you'll be well taken care of.
That is a good reason to do it. Okay, so you're going to do an original tonight, and what is the history on this?
Oh boy, so this song was written 25 years ago. We had to dig deep for an original song. We're typically an all cover band song, so when you come to see us, it's 3 hours of songs everybody will know.
We always say from Metallica to Miley Cyrus, or Journey to Johnny Cash.
Yeah, but we dug deep for an original song. It's called Summer Nights. It's basically about going away to school, coming back home your first year from the summer, reuniting with all your friends. It's a feel good song, and it's called Summer Nights.
We thought the main reason to do it is we just broke the back of winter when we sprung the clocks ahead. Right, today's St. Patty's Day. Let's just get to those summer nights.
Right. Well, we're ready to hear it. Here they are. Oh yes.
A summer night, I see you driving in your car again tonight. It's too bad you missed the light. You see, party's over here, it's not over there again tonight. We got all the tools to make you feel like the man of the night. We were dancing under the moonlight with our friends back home from school. Thank God I found you. You see, nothing like me and you at a coffee shop for two. Agreed. Summer nights, getting by. Summer nights. The wind was blowing, the misty smoke from the fire in my eyes burned. Well, I went driving, top down and no belts, and no one was concerned. Well, that's when it hit me. Summer nights, getting by. Summer nights. Summer nights, getting by. Summer nights.
And there you have it.
Oh yes. Very nice.
Oh yes.
All right. And Caitlin, when did your father decide that, or how was that decided that you're part of the band? Were you singing around the house and he went, "Hey, I know a band you can join"?
I've been singing with my dad since, God, I was like 2. I mean, he's been pulling me up on stage since I was a baby. And it just kind of I've always been singing around the house, and I was in show choir, and it just kind of got to the point when I got to a certain age, they were like, you know what? My dad was like, I'm going to fight for my daughter to be the lead female vocals in this band. So I'm very appreciative of that. It's been a great opportunity.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a brother, yeah, older.
And is he in the music vein?
He did trombone for a little, but not so much anymore. He definitely like has it in him. He's just not as outgoing to go do it. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, nothing better than some rock trombone, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Our next song is going to have a trombone solo in
As
it.
they say, more trombone.
Yeah.
More
Trombone's cool. Trombone's cool.
All right. And you're appearing tomorrow in the Chicago area. Where will that be?
We're at the Sundance Saloon. It's in Mundelein, Bob and Angie's place. It's a great venue. The production they put on is top notch, from their sound, their lighting, all of their special effects.
Video wall.
Their video wall. They've got a large, big screen in the back. Their food is outstanding. We're playing with a great local band. It's the Pininfarina Band. They're outstanding. You should check them out as well. But Sundance Saloon, Mundelein, we take the stage at 8. Pinot takes the stage at 9:30. But it's going to be a great night. St. Patty's. We're going to celebrate safely and enjoy life. That's what it's kind of all about here.
Yes, I think that is the key. And as we have said on this program, low expectations is the only way to go at this point, because anything else is just a fool's errand. But we want to have you on a regular basis, so we'll figure out how to do that and not have any licensing problems along the way where you can do covers or whatnot. We'll figure all that out.
Well, I'd like to just thank you for the opportunity, everybody. It's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. We're big fans, and the whole family is back. Everyone's watching. So thanks for having us on here, and to Brian for making this connection. It's really great. Thank you.
That's what I love. I love the organicness of things, where you sent me a video. Hey, if you want to have us on your show sometime, I watched the video and I go, wow, they're really good. That's how Ryan got on the show, the Wisconsin reporter. He sent me a note several years ago. Hey, if you're around, I'm in Chicago. Let's go to lunch. And I couldn't connect at that point, but I said, hey, we're doing a broadcast from a studio in Chicago. We're having people in. He came in, met him and his lovely wife, and then we became friends. I love the organic. That's the only way it works, the organic flavor. It has to just kind of evolve naturally. Otherwise, it's a round peg in a square hole.
Right. And we're going to send some more swag for the Friday fun bag.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff. I'm not sure what we can send you, but we have a whole wall full of stuff that we
even thong underwear.
We do.
Really?
Yes. And
also known as masks.
Gary, we're going to send you an Oh Yes official whiskey glass.
We sell them as face masks, though, to be clear.
Okay, that's fine. And that came in handy during the pandemic. And
yes, exactly.
The Oh Yes glass looks pretty nice too. There's the T-shirt. Leslie is holding that up.
We'll send you a bunch of stuff.
All right, thanks, guys. And
can we,
have a
can
great
we do
weekend.
an Irish? Can we do an Irish?
Oh yeah,
toast?
do a shot. Let's do a shot.
So I believe, may you be dead a half hour before the devil knows you're dead. Is that how it goes?
I don't know that.
Something like that. Anyway, as they say in Ireland, sláinte. Happy St. Patty's.
Thanks again.
Hey, cheers, and may you be dead. I think the saying is, Brian, may you be dead a half hour before the coroner gets there.
Oh, okay. Well, that works too.
May the wind be always up your ass. No, that one.
Yeah, we got to buy a quotes book, I guess.
Yeah, well, we'll get them right at some point or not. Whatever. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Well
Have a
done.
good weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, Caitlin, for coming up from Florida for doing that to be on this.
Oh, hey.
All right. Okay, I feel good now. You feel good?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're drinking a real cocktail.
Yeah,
now?
boy.
Not one of those prop things. Fuck,
Well,
man.
I got to tell you.
I mean,
I got to tell you, when you go 2-3 days in a row and you're thinking, wait a minute.
Good.
You've been there recently. You said, maybe I'll take Saturday off.
Sober Saturdays
Yeah, 'cause
are
you think,
really
well,
good
if I-
idea after
right.
Friday.
But I'm back on it. I mean, St. Patrick's Day. I can't fake anything.
Cheers. Will my urine be green?
Wow. Okay. So, what have we not talked about that we were going to talk about? I had some other stuff in my noggin, and I think it's going to involve Ryan showing
that's a good thing.
some T-shirts that celebrate this day that are always kind of interesting. Ryan, how are you?
Hey, I'm okay. We had the leprechaun came overnight, but the trap didn't work, so he left him a bunch of hats and beads. So we've been playing kind of take videos and pictures of Hank all day. So he's
okay. All right. Pump the brakes here. I think you said the leprechaun trap didn't work overnight.
Right. So every year he sets a leprechaun trap, puts it little gold candy and different chocolate, and try to catch the leprechaun. So.
Is it a sticky trap so the leprechaun has to chew its foot off?
I saw that online. Someone put that inside a cereal box. I saw that, but no, this was just a box that he thought he would fall in, but he left.
Next year you could put
goodies.
little bitty feet on there.
Okay, is this a yearly tradition? Right.
It is a yearly tradition, along with the Valentine's Day heart that comes when he's in the bath.
Okay, so in past years, do you put a leprechaun stuffed animal, doll, or something in there?
No, usually we just like trash the area where it was all set up, so it looks like there was a struggle.
Wow. Okay. Also, Ryan sent vid.
CSI St. Patrick's. This is it.
So you all don't miss any holidays, it sounds like.
We don't.
They're all done up. Yesterday, Ryan sent me vid of Hank doing the Stations of the Cross at his local church.
Yes, he was Station 6.
Which is that?
It's where Veronica.
Saint Veronica, yeah.
Yes, gives Jesus the handkerchief to wipe his face, and then his face appears in the handkerchief when he gives it back. So.
Is that the Shroud of Turin?
No.
Okay,
that's different.
Who got the Shroud of Turin?
The Catholic hour.
Yeah, really.
The folks in Turin got the Shroud of Turin, hence the name. The veil, Veronica's veil. It became a lingerie. No, that. But it's never been found, and it may be more symbolic than it is.
Okay, but you knew Saint Veronica as soon as he said Station 6. Saint
Ooh,
Veronica.
Well, because I watched the video too, and it's like, oh, that's one of my favorite stations.
My only connection to religion today is St. Mary's won their basketball game.
Huh?
Yeah. That's all I can tell you about religion today. And
Notre Dame. Yeah, you could talk about that too.
Did they win?
I have no idea, but they're Irish.
Are they even in it? I don't even know.
And they're Catholic, so
I don't even know. But there was another weird thing as I was dialing around the channels. I landed on Bonanza. Remember that TV show? And okay, this is psychedelic. And one of those things where if they start scrubbing, this one never gets aired again. Haas, for some reason, 6 little people had moved into Virginia City, and people were making fun of them, and they were dressed as leprechauns. And then Haas had to talk to the townspeople about how it's not good to make fun of these people because they just wanted to move in and buy homes and support the community.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those things from 60 years ago where you go, wow, we were way politically incorrect.
And then he beat Hop Singh because his soup wasn't warm enough.
Right.
But that's another part.
Right, exactly. They had the Asian houseboy. Oh, my God. And then the beaver that I watched this morning was the one where Wally and Eddie are parking cars for a wedding venue. And Eddie parked a car in a tow zone. It was the Rutherford's car, and it got towed. But before that all happened, the owner of the house whose daughter was getting married, they had it at his house. He had said, hey, come in and you can have some cake before you leave. And there was a black maid. Now, this was the only black character, I think, in the whole Beaver series. And this was kind of groundbreaking for the time to have any kind of black character on a TV show back then. So, wow.
But in a servant role.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, this is really, we've corrected. We've corrected a lot of things. And as I said at the top of the show, I identify as male. And I think that's what we got to do now. We have to start identifying.
There you go.
What? Okay. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Oh, for
daylight savings time.
Savings time. All right. So that was a little spin around my day. And Ryan, did you grab some T-shirts?
I did. I have 3 of them. The ones that didn't make Facebook.
Okay.
There you go.
Patty crazy, boozy, wavy, big whiskey, a little what?
Wasted.
Little waste. I know, but is that a poem? What is that? Is that a limerick? Is that? It's probably a limerick, right?
Yeah, it might.
Yeah.
I'm not up on my poetry or limerick,
All right.
so I just thought
So
that
It might be a rap song.
Yeah, it could. A little wasted.
Okay.
I know that logo.
That's a. They said in the kind of the description, turn eyes at your local bar when you come through on St. Patrick's Day. They'll look twice at this shirt.
Because Leslie, explain.
It's a logo, I believe, for an adult website.
It is.
You believe.
Hang on
You're not
here.
quite sure, but you
It is.
believe.
Hang on, I'm double checking, but yes, I do.
That's
think I
cute.
know
I
that
love when you
one.
do that. I love when you
Shut
feign ignorance.
Well, because they've been in the news lately. They're
Of course, yes, yes, of course.
Yes.
Nobody knows what that is.
well, this is where I use DuckDuckGo because if people yeah, that's okay. Gonna have to clear the search history now.
Okay,
Yes,
there
that
it
is.
Must have found a good one.
And
yes, for an
you
adult
got another one?
website.
I got one
Right.
more.
How to speak?
Whale of
Whale oil beef hook. Whale oil beef hook. Whale oil beef hook. Okay.
Say it over.
Okay,
Whale oil beef hook.
Yep.
Well, whale oil beef hooked. Beef hooked. Well, oil beef hooked. Well, oil beef hooked.
Yes.
He's getting
There
there.
it
He's
is.
getting
There
there.
you go.
Oil beef hooked. The one I posted and it didn't get flagged was Pat McCrotch. It's just Pat McCrotch. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, Ryan, how was your day otherwise, your week?
Was good.
Aaron
And
Rodgers is toast, right?
he is, and everybody's kind of done with it. I mean, done with Aaron. Let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's
I
the
think-
backup quarterback that's going to fill that position well?
I don't know.
You don't know.
McCracken. Oh no, that's
Pat
a
McCrotch.
I don't know his name. Yeah, that's how much I watch football. I want to say Love.
You want to say Love? You're just going to say Love?
Well,
You don't
there was
know.
an image of Aaron walking away, and with his in the distance, and then there was another quarterback that had Love on the back. But again, I don't.
You don't. That could have been Irish.
It could have been.
Pub. You could have been looking at Irish Pub at some site there. Yeah.
Well, I'm seeing it in the
Aaron,
Tracy
Aaron,
says it is
Aaron.
Love. I think.
Okay.
There it is. There it is. I was right.
Can
Jordan.
they
Jordan
do the
Love.
hat trick? They went from Favre to Rodgers.
Can they do it one
do
more time?
a hat trick here?
I don't know.
You
I
don't
think
know.
I think everybody's ready for Rodgers to be done, and even if we don't do well this year, we'll rebuild.
Yeah, I
and-
mean,
and,
it really was kind of sputtering this past
It is.
season, so it's time to go. But that's all you got there in Wisconsin for the most part, right? I mean, what other sport? Well, the
Brewers.
Milwaukee Bucks,
we
right?
we had the Brewers and the Bucks.
But I know, but as far as winning,
Yeah,
are the Bucks any good?
Yeah, they're okay.
All I know is Indiana lost and St. Mary's won.
And I don't know if Marquette won. I when I last looked, they were ahead, but again, I didn't.
Imagine the gambling money that's generated during this.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap!
It's insane.
And imagine just the bars. I mean, they're up here. It's like you go out for the next all weekend and just do sports and gambling and drinking and throw a little St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, it's
and it's spring break. It's all staggered now, but it
Right.
started. So
It
you're going to
did.
start seeing that action all around the country. And I'm always nonplussed by why a college student has to have a break from drinking to go somewhere else and
To
drink. I need a break from drinking at
to go
school.
somewhere
I have to go somewhere else and drink.
Yeah. Marquette did win. Thank you, David. So that's
You're
good.
just angry because you didn't join the frat and pharmacy school.
I
so you
did
couldn't-
join, but I didn't last long enough to partake.
You had your coins in your pocket, right? You had to keep some coins.
I was pledging, and one of the things they made me do is you had to carry change around for $1 bill at all times. If an active, I think I'm getting this right, would approach you and say, "I need change," and if you didn't have it, that was bad. And
Then
then
they would spank you, or
Sounds pretty innocent at that time.
before I was gone before they went to the initiation, and I was told that they made the guys walk around in their underwear, and blindfold them, and then they would put spaghetti in their hands or something. I don't know. I didn't make it to that point. And for that reason, I'm out.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't do well
Very
around
healthy.
guy things like that. I just, not good. Not good.
And I have a couple Wisconsin. I don't have a recorded report, but I have a couple things this week. I know we like.
All right, Ryan, hold that thought. We're going to pay homage.
Okay.
What's on the screen there?
That was it. But we'll do
okay.
Do the sponsors
Hey,
then.
okay. Before we even pay homage to the sponsors, about every week I get audio from some previous radio show or whatever that I've done, and the comment usually is, "Do you remember this?" Or, "Hey, how about this?" And most of the time I don't remember it, but most of the time it seems pretty good. Now, I'm not giving myself a pat on the back. Fortunately, the clips that have been sent have been decent. I don't feel embarrassed. Today, Ryan sends me this audio thing, and he said, "You're featured in this." And I couldn't find where I was, and I wasn't going to listen to all this. It was from the last radio station that you and I worked at, Leslie. And you were featured doing traffic with these hosts, and you did something called Sex Traffic.
Yes, with Kathy and Judy.
I did. Back in the day, pre-Me Too. Yeah.
Okay.
We did
and so I did catch that, and I thought, well, what you were a sex trafficker is what they billed you as.
No, I would do sex traffic. Like,
what was that?
Invariably, it was tight at the junction. And had I known more about schnauzers, there would be schnauzers all over the road.
So you would take the traffic and make it dirty.
And make it dirty. That's essentially it. Everybody's got a stupid human trick, and that was mine.
And I mean, they were really excited to introduce you and have you do that.
And I used to like talking about Cumberland.
And this radio station, the weird thing is,
they were button.
Right. It was very uptight and conservative forever until we got there and started to loosen it up. But to hear that, and I remember they had hired this host, and he was on about 2 or 3 days, and I'm listening, and he's talking about hair on nipples, and he was gone about a month later. And I'm thinking, do you know what radio station this is? Because this is the last one that you can debut that kind of stuff.
No.
And there was a bunch of just preview Garry Meier show coming up, just previews, kind of intro things that you did on that.
Yeah, I couldn't find.
I tried to go back and find it. And
it was an hour long. And I'm like,
it was a lot. It was their last show.
This was the last show these two women did, and that's why it was highlighted. And somebody put it out there, and
I found both of you on there. I went, oh,
yeah.
And
Mike
yes,
Mascow,
Mike, there were a lot.
from Roast to Order Coffee and Tea. Leslie, was there a lot of rear end collisions?
Oh
yes, in the junction.
They were bumper to bumper from here to there.
Oh, we got a rear end. Oh, we got a rear ender in the Cumberland area. Oh,
yes.
All right. Okay, so let's do the homage to the sponsors, and then your report is coming up. Here we go. Bettenhausen Automotive starts it off.
This beauty is a beast. It's Ram Truck Month going on now at Bettenhausen Ram in Tinley Park. Right now, get 1.9% financing for 72 months on a new Bettenhausen Ram 1500 Bighorn plus $2,000 bonus cash. Right now, Bettenhausen has a huge selection of Ram trucks to choose from. Get to Bettenhausen and make Ram Truck Month your month to be beauty and beast. Lease a new 2023 Ram 1500 for $459 per month. Your best Ram truck buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
I was talking to the Oh Yes people about how I loved Yellowstone because one of the band members had Yellowstone glasses, or he had Yellowstone liquor. He had he said, "I'm going to send you some of this." And the other band members had never seen it. And I mentioned how it's The Sopranos if they were cowboys. And they said, "I know everybody's talking about it, but that's what happens now. I've never seen Breaking Bad. And I know that was immensely popular. It's just one of those things where you either gravitate towards something or you don't."
And it's so difficult these days because so many shows on so many different platforms. I've never seen Yellowstone either. But it depends. Are you on Hulu? Do you have Paramount Plus? Are you on Amazon Prime? Or Apple TV? You decide. Disney. And it gets really complicated to have that universal experience that used to be Bonanza. I mean, like on a Sunday night,
That's it.
3/4 of America was watching Bonanza.
Right. Hoss
and
with
learning
midgets.
that little people deserve.
Or little people. I'm sorry.
Little
Hoss with little
people.
people. And it was like, yeah, okay, this is what we do. All right. Mike Mascow is in the house. And Mike, I just want to say, you are due for an appearance on the Friday show. So let's talk this week. And
we want you to bring your band.
Yes, bring your band. Right. The scoopers. The pressers, the coffee pressers.
There you go.
And Mike is the purveyor of delicious coffee and tea. We've been talking about that for months, and it is so good. And it is organically grown. Talking about organic earlier, organic coffee, organic tea. He's taking care of the rainforest, and the people that harvest it are paid a fair wage. Stuff that real decent humans do, but we've lost touch with that. And
well, like Mike, he's a real decent human.
Yes, they're still out there, folks. And Mike is one of them, and he will ship anywhere in the continental United States. How about the roast to order candle?
Oh, incredible. Yeah. Okay, being that it's Friday and it's Lent, there was some fish action in the house today. Roast to order candle. Perfect. Just cleaned up the kitchen. It smells nice in there. You didn't have anything lingering.
Did you have perch?
I had halibut.
Halibut.
For the halibut.
Yeah. When I was a kid, growing up on the south side of Chicago, every restaurant had a fish fry.
Oh,
and that was
not like that.
Not like that. And boy, you were lined up every Friday ready to have the fish fry, and that was it. That's how we went about our business.
God bless you, Knights of Columbus, and your frying abilities.
We were civilized back then, and we've lost some of that civility. How about, roasttoorder.com? Did you see the website there? That's the number 2 to order. And Mike, I'll talk to you this week, and we'll get you back on soon. And David Hochberg is the one to guide you through your mortgage, your refi, reverse loans, all that stuff, veterans loans. David has all that information. And they offer a free consultation, which is nice. How many people offer anything that's free these days, that's worth anything? He does. And then you can see where you're at as far as the rates and what's going on with the economy and all this bank stuff that's going on. It's nuts. And I think people get scared, and maybe this is the right time. And he'll let you know if it is. Call those numbers there or go on the website, and you'll find out.
Speaking of David, our Dickie Daddy, I was on a fashion site today on the interwebs, and they were talking about the Dickie, the rise and fall of the Dickie. And I'm like,
excuse me?
Nobody talks about Dickies except I think for the last 15, 20 years.
Right.
I have not heard anybody mention Dickies until today with this website. And apparently Dickies are out. So
they're out?
And I don't get it, because you get the look of a turtleneck, but it's very important that it be layered properly. And so you just go buy a turtleneck, and it's like, but on the other hand, a good Dickie goes a long way. And thanks to David Hochberg, when we were on that show in that previous incarnation, we had Dickies galore, and it was very popular. So,
Alan, are you getting any material here? Are you isolating any of that?
Nah.
Not at all. No, yeah, we gave those away, and they were really big when I was in high school. But you would see a guy have a black one under a white sweater, and you could see the frame of the little piece, and that was wrong.
That was Cousin Eddie in Christmas Vacation.
Yes, just like that.
Wore to dinner, so yes.
Right. And black Dickies, white sweater. You got a black on black.
Or a white under a darker sweater. But
right. Okay. Yeah. And googly eyes. We've been doing googly eyes for how long? And this movie comes along. Oh, we got googly eyes. We're the Academy Award winner. Yeah. Okay.
Boop, boop.
All right. And
I do. Holy shit, I do. Excuse me for swearing too, but I got a green tongue. Oh no.
You do? Yeah, you do. You do. You are officially Irish today.
Oh damn, man. Here I just wanted to be, one of the fun kids, and instead, this
How
is
did
a
you know it
bad
was?
look.
Oh, you saw it on the screen?
Somebody noticed it, and thanks, Lloydster. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Well,
Well,
that's
hey.
the end
And
of
the
that.
sun is shining right there, so it's a great spotlight.
Oh boy,
Yeah, it really
this
highlights
is
it.
so wrong.
Hey.
This is why I don't drink red wine on the show, because I don't want the Kool-Aid mustache, and instead I got something far worse. And now you see my man hands. Oh fuck, I'm ashamed.
Wow, that all fell apart pretty quickly. Alan informed us at the right before the show started that he has other activities tonight, and we are not to run long. And I said, "What's
sorry.
long?" And he said, 90 minutes. And I said, "We have never gone 90 minutes." And he said, "Oh yeah, you did." And
Oh,
I
yeah, we
have
did.
no recollection of going that long.
That's the problem, because
Well,
at
that
about
is the
an
problem.
hour,
Yeah.
Gary was
Yeah.
like, "I'm here for the party."
Yeah.
Yep. And
So
a
we
half hour
won't.
later.
Alan, you'll be fine. You'll make all your activities tonight. No problem. All right.
Thank you, Gary. Otherwise, I'll just put this up and you guys can continue. Whoops, this one here. And you can continue talking.
Great.
Yeah, we'll just go through that. Okay,
Unlike
Ryan
last
wants
week
to,
where we actually had technical difficulties.
Ryan wants to do his report.
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Hi, Ryan.
So I'm going to do it live. I just have two things. This came through on the police blotter in Waukesha. Everybody's talking about, chemical spills, and they said this isn't they got a call for a hazmat situation. Someone was working on a laptop and threw it in the bathtub.
How is that a hazmat situation?
Were they afraid to retrieve it, maybe?
I don't know. This came through the Waukesha alerts. I saw it pop up on Facebook, and someone said, that's logical.
Battery acid. Battery acid.
Okay, but is that a hazmat warning?
I don't know. They called the police for it. So
Well, if you ever get a laptop delivered, it's got all those lithium-ion battery warnings on the outside of the box.
Okay, and it fell in the bathtub somehow.
Well, I think there was probably more going on at this home than
you think.
Yeah.
You notice we're not talking about train derailments and earthquakes anymore. We've moved on from that.
Gary, just so you know, the International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin based on his actions involving Ukraine, specifically the unlawful transfer of children from Ukraine to Russia. Don't know about you, but I feel really bad for the people who are tasked with bringing him in.
Okay.
More news later.
Right. That's Leslie from the breaking news desk. I like these news operations to have a breaking news desk.
Very important.
Oh, because nobody else would cover that story otherwise. When they arrest his sorry ass, that war is going to be over.
And here's the thing. The International Criminal Court has no army. They really are just sound and fury, signifying nothing. So Vlad's like, yeah, I'm just going to pet my miniature giraffe and F you. That's the
right. I like how you can have war crimes. It's okay to go out and blow up buildings and kill people, but there are certain things you shouldn't do because it's a war crime.
Wasn't that the mob always was like, you can hang a man from a meat hook, but don't mess with his wife.
Exactly. That's like that story we've been talking about, those 4 people that went to Mexico and the cartel killed 2 of them. Right. And then the manager of the cartel went, that's not us. That's not how we do business. We apologize. No. What?
We only shoot Haitian drug dealers,
right.
Not tummy tuckers. And we're so sorry.
Right. That was our bad. Full apologies. And now back to
Here's
business.
5 guys. Do with them what you will.
Now we got to get back to our submarine. We're loading it with cocaine and see you later.
But they don't buy it at Hammock or Schlemmer, just so you know.
Yeah, your submarine. Hey, Ryan, what else you got?
I got one more for summer, August 12th. If you're available, there is a naked car show as part of a 4-day event on 17 acres of land near Madison. So you can have adult fun and see waxed cars.
I think that's all code.
Yes. And they also have co-ed volleyball. They have a heated pool and a clubhouse.
This is a nudist encampment?
Yes, it's a Valley View Rec Club. 20 miles east of Madison, but they were leading the story with "Come to the Car Show."
Damn near killed him.
If it's hot enough, the wax can help remove that unsightly hair.
Yes.
Gary, didn't you at one point in your career do a live show from a nudist?
You're half correct. we were judges at a nudist camp. We were judges of a contest, and it was Mr. Nude Truck Driver, and then a female version, and it was wacko. Yeah, as you can imagine, the truck drivers had their license plate in front of their junk initially.
Oh,
yeah, for the
was
reveal.
there a full reveal? Oh,
yes, then there was a reveal, and
okay.
Wow.
Oh,
so maybe that's what this kind of place is, you know.
Nice Peterbilt. Yes.
Oh, for the tip in. There she goes.
And I have a few pictures you sent too, if you want to.
Yeah, some pictures that we like to feature. Our listener sent this. They sent away for this booster seat for their pet, and it comes in this box, and there's this warning on the box.
That is awesome.
Like you would just put the pet in the box, in the seat in the box.
Just put them on top. Yeah.
God, are we dumb? This is what's on everything now because everybody's litigious, and somebody would put the cat or dog in a box and go, "Oh, the cat or dog got hurt. I'm going to sue." So they got to, in big letters, remove the box.
I just think it's adorbs that you have a car seat booster seat for your dog. So, you know, they can look out the window cleanly, because we know that some states were going to try to outlaw letting your dog hang their head out the window.
Yes.
So, well, this is very, very smart.
There says that. And
this was an old one that's been hanging around for a while that we've never used.
What's this now? Children's book.
But yeah.
That's great. That's terrific. Kids love that kind of stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Does Hank have that book?
He does not. So
okay,
here's
this is a weird juxtaposition of a guy standing at a counter, but there's a poster that's underneath, and somebody snapped that because it gives the impression that it's Irish pub.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then the word the Irish shirt. So that's it.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Yep. Take care.
All right. Have a good weekend. All right, Leslie.
Should we set up the giveaway?
Yes, we should.
Now, most people I would think are assuming that we're going to go with "Oh Yes" because they were our special guest today. But Alan has other plans. He set up his own hashtag
That's
because,
fine.
in fact, he is part of that Disney machine, and so all the Disney thrills is going to be the hashtag for today. And once again, we're giving away a t-shirt, so you get to choose. You can either have the white tee or the tank top, the black tank. So you pick. Oh, Lordy, it's getting bright in here.
How does that sunlight feel, though?
It feels awesome.
Yeah.
You get the ball liquor. You get the wine condom. I'm throwing in a magic fish from Scott's Vintage Antiques and Collectibles in North Aurora, Illinois, because these things are just fun. And you put it in your palm and it'll tell you your mood. It's a mood fish. And let's see, one more thing. Let's dig into the... I think Alan is trying to tell us that it's... Oh, I got a thing here.
No, that's reminding me of something else.
Oh, okay.
Running you that you have to be somewhere in 20 minutes.
And we better get on with it. So it's a stress relieving pug. You can squeeze this little pug dog and it makes you feel better. So there you go.
That's good. That's good.
You can put your schnauzer next to your pug if you're so inclined. So
that's a nice fit.
There you go.
All right. And
all the Disney
you ready to give us some stories?
I am. So yes, Vladimir Putin is he's got a warrant out for his arrest. Once again, very little chance of anybody doing much about that. Let's see here. We teased this on this morning's show that someone might have wanted to take a closer look at the plans for a 9/11 memorial at a fireman's museum in New Bern. Well, and this is North Carolina, home of the really good lottery stories. Well, the monument's getting lots of online attention because of its unmistakable resemblance to male genitalia. The 25,000-pound granite statue depicts the Twin Towers with a stack of fireman's gear in between, a pair of boots on either side of an axe, and a helmet hung on the top of the axe handle. Well, it's a very moving tableau from the front, but from the back, that stack of gear looks incredibly phallic. So far, no plans to remove or
Have you
alter.
seen this?
I have.
Do you have a
And
picture?
I would share it with you, but go ahead and put in Fireman's Museum, New Bern, North Carolina into your search engine and it'll come up. Because once again, we don't know what we're going to get flagged for. So
Yeah, that's true.
we rely on you to, top of the hour.
Top of the hour.
So it's very tight at the junction and you can make your way out to Cumberland, but there's somebody getting rear-ended there right this minute. Anyway, and folks who bought tickets for The Cure's upcoming U.S. tour might be getting a little refund from Ticketmaster. The ticket company got a heaping help and a bad publicity this week when ticket buyers began complaining that Ticketmaster's fees and charges totaled more than the tickets themselves. And then The Cure got angry too, since they specifically capped their ticket prices to keep them affordable for their fans. Temporarily shamed, Ticketmaster has now decided to give back $5 to $10 per ticket purchased.
How long has this been going on? A long time.
Which is why, and I'm careful about the language I use, but I use the
Please.
term temporarily because I think it was Radiohead maybe like 15, 20 years ago was saying Ticketmaster's jipping you. So,
Yeah.
well, can you say jip? Ticketmaster is abusing
they've been under
you.
this. Yes, they've been under this
Right.
microscope for a long time as far as these fees. And we just had that Taylor Swift thing a few months ago. So
Correct.
what's been corrected?
$5 to $10 per ticket. They've done the math and they're still making out like bandits. So,
Okay,
yeah.
don't go. That's the only way to fight that.
Well, and it's a shame because this is affecting these bands too now. Oh God, I'm
Hey,
so
speaking of that, I forgot to ask Brian from Oh Yes to talk about this. He went to see Springsteen in Milwaukee, and I was hearing about all these exorbitant ticket prices, and he said he paid $100 and got a pretty decent ticket.
And yet I was hearing that scalpers were charging upwards of $1,000 to $2,000 and $3,000 per ticket for Bruce Springsteen, mind you. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're over the 1 hour mark and our little Ellen, who we love and really controls this whole machine, has to get going here because
okay.
he's got
And
a St. Patty's party to go to.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. He's little Alan with the muscular legs. You have to say that legally. All right. We're ready to give something away so Alan can get to partying. Are we ready, Alan?
Yes, we are.
Here we go. Hit it. You want to say hello to somebody?
Not particular. All of you. Because I love you all.
Anthony. All right.
So, Anthony, decide which T-shirt you want. You want the tank or you want the white? And what's the rest of the deal?
And the liquor and the condom and the fish. That's all.
And all you have to do is do what Alan tells you right now.
Since you're a Facebook winner, you can send Garry a direct message on Facebook with your name and address, or you can email GarryMeierShow@GarryMeier.com or text 773-888-2157. Regular charges apply. Make sure you do what Leslie just said and give her a USPS address so that the Postal Service can take some of Leslie's hard-earned money and set it on a stamp.
Oh, they have no problem doing that. Hey, by the way, talking about Facebook Messenger, I don't usually check Facebook Messenger, but I did the other day, and I feel like such a jag dork because a lot of people on my birthday sent me direct messages, and there were some really sweet comments, and I hadn't responded to any of them. So my apologies if you sent me a direct message on my birthday via Facebook, and I did not respond, and I apologize, but I appreciate everything that you guys did. So thank you.
The woman has to scrub her tongue in a couple minutes. I mean, come on.
Oh, shite.
Have a heart.
I went
All
to
right.
the dentist and got a teeth cleaning, and now it's all for naught.
It's all ruined. It's all ruined.
Oh, God.
All right. That's it for
I'm
this week.
ashamed.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Have a great weekend. It is time to take the complimentary cannoli coming down the aisle. There it is. Delicious. And what about the St. Patrick's Schnauzer?
I got green. I forgot I had green ones. I got
You got green cannoli.
Arr.
Yeah.
Wow. That is interesting.
I
What
would
about the
put my
Schnauzer?
thick little schnauzer on that ride at Disney World and enjoy the living daylights out of it because it sounds like quite a thrill.
I'll bet Bruce Boxleitner would like to hug a Schnauzer.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
I gotta say he couldn't have been nicer. I must have chatted with him 2-3 times over the course of the evening.
And he was in the Tron movie, the original Tron movie. Is there another Tron movie? There's one.
He played Tron in the original. He also and the human equivalent, which was named Alan. And he also played Alan in the sequel, which came out in about 2010, called Tron Legacy, which is actually the basis of the ride. And I've seen on IMDb he was the voice of Tron in a bunch of video games and other ancillary stuff. But people kept pinging me all week. Oh my God, he was on Scarecrow and Mrs. King, which I never watched. But that big 80s show.
That's right.
And he was on Babylon 5 and a whole bunch of other stuff. So.
And he was in Breaking Bad and Yellowstone. We know that.
And he's originally, I if I'd known this before I met him, I would have asked if he knew who you were, Gary, because he grew up in Elgin. He's a Chicago guy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I always hesitate because they go, no. And then I'm all verklempt.
Well, then
Not
I would
really.
have had a good clip for the opening, right?
There you go. All right. That's it. Let's get the gear down, the flaps down, 3 in the green. Green. And the GarrForce has landed.
Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And please, please, please tell your friends and family to like and subscribe too.
YouTube.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.
Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel. That's what you should do. That's where we gather. Boom. Shakalaka.